pushing down. Now, we said earlier about less is more, and that is really, really important with all these types. So we're not going to mess about too much with this. We're just going to leave it. And hopefully it'll do the magic itself. Now this just push all clear water on here, because I want that to bleed off a bit. I'm kind of going to leave this quite vague in here. And then I've gone in for some ultramarine blue. Just touch, and again some in here. Try and join these shapes up a little bit of a tip there. We'll try and join shapes up. By that we mean they're kind of lacking across and linking. They don't like to be in isolation. It just doesn't work as a composition. You can see this blending nicely down there. So, and it's just suggestions. Let the imagination do the work. That's what we really want, the imagination to do all of the work. So I've just got clear water again. I'm just going to run some in here, so we can hopefully have some nice shadows coming in. Getting their reflections right, not shadows. Just test this, yeah. Now this area, I'm going to keep it quite vague, but coming in, I need something to draw the eye in, if that makes sense. Again, this is just clear water. Something to draw the eye in. Here, there's quite a lot of the white paper, so we need to sort that out really. And reflections obviously reflect the sky and reflect what is around, like trees, and in this case, boats and so on. So we need to bear that in mind. So I'm just putting in clear water in here, and we'll lay in a touch of this Payne's grey and this ultramarine. I'm just going to change the board slightly, because I can see if I don't, this will run quite a long way. Oh, I don't want that. So again, the motion is this whole arm all the way across. Look where the brush is, holding it at the end there. Going fast, going quick. Again, as we come closer, I'm just these three colours. We need to make sure we're getting a little bit darker. I'm just going to pop in there. Probably can't see this. Running at speed, really. See, same three. Okay, so practice, go across quick. Just a bit of dry brush on there. And I'm going to leave that to do its thing and to dry. Remember, watercolor paint always dries back lighter than you put it on. So you have to kind of think about that. That was the edge of my fingernail. Okay, gonna leave it for the moment, and we'll come back and have a look in a second. Now in our sketch, there was, which is what we're running to, this tree coming across the kind of foreground here on this side. I'm not so sure about that. I mean, you could get it in there. It'll push everything back if we cut that across. It's just the treatment of that we need to be careful with. I don't want it to just look like a big blob, but I think if we get a few branches coming through, that will suggest a bit more that it is a tree. So we will see how we do with that. So that's the next little bit I'm gonna have a go with. I'm gonna go with a bigger, the 12. I'm gonna mix up. Trying to keep colour harmony here. We've got ultramarine, which we've already used, and this raw sienna to go for some greens. That's quite nice. I'm going to get this in. This is going to be a bit strange because I want you to see this, so I'm going to have to come around the opposite side to see if you can see that, hopefully. And it's a dragging motion. Okay, so we're dragging down. Might be taking some paint in as we go. So again, it's just dragging, and I do need to make sure that I've got holes. In other words, what's underneath, so we can see the background rather than just paint one big blob. That wouldn't look good. So still the same two colours. Just come in slightly darker in here, and then in between these sky holes we're going to pop in. I'll just put in some paint in there. See that? That'll just blend and bleed in. Okay. So we're going to pop in so that's actually not too bad. I don't want to come all the way down because it's got the water there, but we're going to pop in with a finer brush. This is number 2. Some of the branches coming through, and I'm just going to use quite a thick mixture of this raw umber. Hopefully you can see this. It's a bit weird for me because I'm kind of going a bit backwards in a way. Obviously these are just poking through. I don't want them all going the same way. And I also want some dry stuff coming out. I will have to come around here just to sort this out because I'm trying to keep it as loose as possible. I don't want to go too mad on this. I need this drier as well, this mixture, so I'm just going to come straight out the paint as well. I don't know if you can see this. Hopefully you can see all kinds of runs going on there. Just need a little bit of dry brush in there as well. You can see that dry brush sort of broken. This is all still wet here, so it's bleeding in quite nicely. It's easy to go nuts on this and mad, so I think we get an idea that this is the tree. I'm just going to soften that off a bit like that. Okay, and then I'm going to use my finger. This is actually starting to dry, so we have to be careful with this. If we do it too early, it will just backfill with paint. Let's just try it and I'll show you what I mean. So that's okay, that scratch. If we go into a wetter place and try and do that, it will backfill with paint. Seems to be okay actually. Not too many of them, and go a little bit nuts. It's just creating a little